Well, after letting homeless campers live in their tent city downtown for months, the city now says enough is enough. The mayor's office says the camp is infested with crime and it has to go. News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart has a look at the plan.
A row of tents lined First Street near the railroad tracks.
This little strip of dirt is not a great place to live.
It's not pleasant. It's not clean. Like, I see what they do. Like, it's filth, you know.
But it is home to dozens of people, including this pregnant woman.
It's like a little family out here.
The tent city has grown in the months it's been here. The city even put up porta potties. But now the city says undercover cops have learned it's overrun with crime.
It's become such an unsafe place for those living there. They're scared to tell the cops. They're scared to move. They have been victimized, brutalized in some cases.
The mayor's office says Tent City will soon be gone. Police found prostitution, drug dealing, women afraid for their lives.
The neighbors have told me about prostitution going on. And then there's just people who use the street as a toilet and use my yard as an ashtray.
Several people tell us they would like to see Tent City disbanded, but there are concerns about where the people who've been living here will go. Where will you go?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Mayor's Chief of Staff Gilbert Montano says they'll have social workers and programs out here in the next week, making resources available for the homeless.
Our goal and our mission is not to displace those most vulnerable.
He says APD will crack down on criminal activity. The city says some of the things going on here will not be tolerated any longer.
I'm actually really surprised that it's been that for as long as it's been.
Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE News 13.
Some nearby neighbors say they plan on moving out of the area because of concerns for their own safety. The city says they'll make resources available before they start kicking people out, but they hope to have Tent City cleared out in the next couple of weeks. The woman who admitted to kicking her 9-year-old son Omari Varela to death will go to trial in October. A judge set Cynthia Varela Casaus's trial date yesterday. Police say she told them she didn't mean to kill Omari just days after Christmas in 2013. Omari's stepfather, Stephen Casaus, is also facing charges. He's accused of letting his wife abuse the boy, even trying to cover up her crimes. CYFD and APD both came under fire, accused of dropping the ball and not helping Omari when they were called to check on the boy. Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies need your help finding a man who stabbed another man in the South Valley, and the motive is strange. On Tuesday, they say this man in the blue shirt went up to the 58-year-old victim at a bus stop on 5 Points Southwest and stabbed him all over the aluminum cans that he had. The suspect then boarded a bus but got off near Bridge and Old Coors. The victim was able to walk to a nearby clinic and was transported to UNMH. Carlsbad police are looking for a crook who broke into the souvenir shop Looking Glass. This man burglarized the shop on Canal near Green Street Monday. If you know who this crook is, you're asked to call Carlsbad police. 3 families are homeless after an electrical fire ripped through an apartment complex. It happened yesterday morning at the Waterfront Apartments on San Mateo. Firefighters say they arrived to thick black smoke in a second-story unit. They say an electrical malfunction caused a fire in an unoccupied unit down below and that it quickly spread.
Maintenance guy was in the apartment doing maintenance to the apartment, getting it ready to rent again. Was working on sheetrock and replacing electrical outlet covers.
AFD says 2 people were treated on site for smoke inhalation. Drivers warming up their cars in the morning are getting ripped off. The Albuquerque police chief posted a message on nextdoor.com saying APD has seen a spike in car thefts as a result of the warm-ups. He says if you must warm up your car, use a device like a remote start or steering wheel lock. Here are the facts from APD. In November, there were 21 cars stolen while being warmed up. In December, there were 36, and so far this month, they've already seen 32. Federal officials are expected to make a big announcement today about the proposed $2 billion Sunzia line. The 515-mile-long transmission line would carry renewable energy from New Mexico to Arizona. Disagreement over the route put the project in limbo in 2013. U.S. Interior Secretary Sally Jewell has scheduled a news conference in Albuquerque today about the transmission line. More than half of the drivers at a transportation company that works closely with WIP have been laid off. Cast Transportation gave notice to 15 of its 22 drivers. WIP has been closed since last February after a radioactive materials leak. Until WIP reopens, the need for drivers is nearly non-existent. The company will keep several drivers on staff to help reach its training requirements. A project manager says the company has been shipping waste since 1995 and has transported more than 6,500 shipments without incident. People running around the Academy area no longer have to step over a nasty problem. Last year, we showed you the problem. People walking their dogs along the trail around Academy refusing to pick up their pets' waste. Runners and walkers were tired of it, so now Duty Calls Pet Waste Management has stepped in. They not only cleaned up the problem, but this week they installed 4 new pet waste stations to help owners clean up after their dogs.
As I can see right now, they've already been used, so I'm sure there's going to be a huge difference in the amount of waste that's on the ground.
When we asked the city why they didn't clean the track, they told us it's only in charge of maintaining the cement portion and that the rest was Albuquerque Academy's responsibility. The Academy then told us they didn't have the resources.